Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NASholes, the podcast where two assholes who like to think they know a thing or two about NASCAR talk about NASCAR. I'm Benny B, joined alongside my very good friend, Drew the Man Scarvan. Drew, we had lots of corn and lots of fuel saving, apparently, in Iowa.
So
And
miraculous fuel saving, dude.
miraculous. But you know what is actually miraculous, Drew?
Oh man, penicillin.
Well, yes, but not quite what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of. I'm
What are you
thinking
thinking of?
of the ultimate IV level hydration drink, Hoist. Hoist
That
is
is pretty good.
it's incredible, Drew. And I tell you what, man, I'd be drinking them, man. Like on a hot summer day, it really replenishes me because Hoist's special formulated blend of carbohydrates, electrolytes, and fluids closely match your body's natural osmolality, which I don't know what that means, but we trust the science, so I trust that is good
Damn
because
right we
Hoist,
do.
they trust the science, and that they actually made this drink, Drew, with science in mind. It's not none of this bullshit Gatorade with all this sugar in it. It actually has half the sugar of traditional sports drinks, 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, and there's no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial preservatives, sweeteners, or dyes, and they have 7 delicious flavors. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm really digging that 5-star punch. Like, and another close second is probably the black cherry.
Yeah, no, those are my top two as well, man. Those are fucking delicious.
Yes, but don't forget the watermelon. That one is underrated, I will say. Not a lot of watermelon things really get me going, but I don't usually
Besides
like them.
Ross
But
Chastain.
that's right. You guys can go check out Hoist and find where you can get it by going to drinkhoist.com. Go to the Find Hoist, type in your zip code, and see what stores have it. And if you order online, you can actually get 10% off your first order. And if you're military or a first responder, you can get 10% off your order as well. So go check out Hoist. Go to drinkhoist.com and see what flavor is best for you.
And
All right, Drew.
as always, we do need to throw this in here.
Oh
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
sponsor
Disclaimer.
us. They don't sponsor us. We just love their product that much, and they sent us free shit. So we're gonna shamelessly plug them till we die. And
Hoist
then
rules.
even in the afterlife, I will pester God about getting Hoist product there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be
Definitely.
like, come on, dude. Look, it's real hot up here in heaven. Get some Hoist, dude. Come on.
Yeah, there's so much light shining everywhere.
Yeah, dude, we're so much closer to the sun. We need this.
Yeah, Drew. So fuel saving. So William Byron, let's just say it, pretty much was up front all day. He did a very good job, but I am just so sick of these races with fuel saving. They're like, he's gonna run out. He may run out, and then totally doesn't run out, and then does like a 5-minute burnout, and you're like, huh? He was gonna run out, huh?
I mean, he was coasting through those corners, so I will say that. I
Hey,
mean, like
I give him props, man.
he was. I was almost positive he was going to run out with like 2 to go, and the fact that he didn't,
I thought so too, and then I thought like
it's amazing to me. I don't know how the fuck he pulled this off.
yeah. So we had so like let's just recap the top 10 here real quick because usually I forget to do this until we're way already into the conversation. But William Byron wins, and you had Chase Briscoe in second, Brad Keselowski in third, Ryan Blaney in fourth, Ryan Preece in fifth, Bubba Wallace in sixth, Alex Bowman in seventh, Carson Hocevar in eighth, Joey Logano in ninth, and Austin Dillon in 10th. So man, another great performance for Bubba Wallace after a win. Getting a top 10.
But yeah,
He's really shown something, man.
Well, I think that win last week was a shot in the ass for the entire team. But especially for Bubba. It's like I think he's now he's tasted the savory taste of victory. Wants to get it.
Exactly. And a guy I feel really bad for, man. He's just come so close. And I think, to be honest, man, this was his best day, and that's Brad Keselowski. This, to me, was his best race of the season, but he's so below the cut line right now that a win is the only thing that is going to work. And, man, I think they're in the right direction, like RFK with that car.
God, yeah.
Preece has been there. And Buscher's kind of been, on and off. Like, it depends on the track, really, for him. But I think they're bringing a better car to the track for Brad lately.
Well, yeah, and I think they said, too, that this weekend was the first weekend since 2019 that Brad Keselowski has swept stages in a race.
Oh, really? Wow. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
it's been that long. Yeah. That was, I mean, right up to the last 10 or 15 laps, I really thought he was just going to chase down both of Briscoe and Byron, but I don't know if he kind of just ran it too hard or what, or I don't know exactly what happened, but I really thought he was gonna like pass to both of them.
Well, at the very least, I thought he could pass Briscoe, and he got very close, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd say, shoot, if he had 10 more laps, maybe 15. I
I
mean,
don't know, but by the last 5, he kind of just stalled out, or
yeah.
plateaued. That would be the better thing to say.
Well, and Blaney too was like right up on him too. I mean, it was kind of I mean, I'm looking at the time, like their best laps. I mean, like 23.75 for Keselowski and 23.81 for Blaney. Pretty close. I mean, and even
Yeah.
Blaney had the same best lap time as Byron.
Well,
And
I think had there been 10 more laps, I think Blaney would have caught up to Byron. He did
well,
have the
I think
faster
so too.
car
He
at
had the
that
faster
point,
car, like
but
maybe
it was
15,
just
20 more laps. Yeah.
yeah, but he had all that speed a little too late. It would have
Yeah.
taken a last minute caution or something like that for him to probably have a chance. Same with Brad
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm. And Priest, I heard that over his radio, like there was like everyone was talking, like because they showed a video where they were tightening the lug, and
Yeah,
Ryan, he's like, hey, just checking, like, are we good? Are we good? Like, I just heard, it sounded like, kind of like went a little longer than it should. I just want to make sure that we're, that it's tight enough. And like, he's like, okay, like, are we good? And then like he started getting really pissed. He's like, all right, I only want Brandon to talk now because I'm getting too damn pissed. And so he only wanted his spotter to talk. And crew chief,
probably the better choice.
the crew chief Derek, can't remember his last name, but he's like, well, can I talk to you, Brandon? And he was like, you can talk to me all you want, Brandon. We're all good, man. And but Priest had a great performance, man, and I think he's another guy that's right there. I mean, I'm looking at the playoffs. He is the last spot below the cut line. He's pretty far behind teammate Chris Buescher, but I mean, all it takes is one really bad race for Buescher and Priest to capitalize on that.
Oh yeah,
He's right up in there in that last spot. Whoa.
what was that, Salem? Knocked something off the table. Piece of shit.
But dude, Briscoe, man, like that dude keeps like I think Bob Pockris, he tweeted, and I on the NASholes account, I said kind of sus that Briscoe loves sitting on poles. Like, dude, this dude just keeps getting poles, man. Like, and I think only was he on the pole at Pocono? I can't remember. Or was that Hamlin?
I don't remember.
Well,
I kind of
I
just
don't think
assume
he's
he
won
gets
from
a
the
pole
pole
at
yet. I
yeah, I
mean,
don't know.
if he
I don't
was on
remember
the pole at
exactly.
Pocono, then I'd say yes. But
I think
I can't.
Hamlin had the pole actually. I think Hamlin did get the pole that
That's what I
weekend.
thought. I'm gonna look it up, but yeah, dude. I mean, dude, JGR just keeps continuing to give him a great car, and he's always. It seems like he's going to get a top 5 finish every week, man. Like
Oh yeah.
now on these ovals.
Well, and the with every passing weekend and every race, he kind of gets under his belt with his new team. And the better they're going to gel and all that.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think now in the past few weeks, especially since Pocono, they've really shown that. That maybe not this year, but I think next year they'll be a bigger threat than what they have been this year. And
Oh,
I mean, getting so far 6 poles this season, I mean that's impressive, especially
it's
seeing as
crazy,
like
dude.
a year or two ago, people were writing him off as a guy who just couldn't get it done, you know. Uh, but he's really making the most of the opportunity that he was given at JGR. So, and I just think it's all upwards from here. I think it's going to get better and better with every weekend. And I do think they're probably going to make a pretty decent playoff run. So, which
Yeah,
will be good.
and that's funny you mentioned. I had shout out listener Ashley. She was gonna make a bet on Chase Briscoe winning the championship. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I wouldn't be shocked. Like the
I
way
wouldn't either.
the way he's been able to. I mean, if he gets in that championship four, I mean, like, dude, like the way he's been able to get these poles, like the like JGR has set up that car to where he has the speed and he has the talent to do it. So I mean, I truly would not be shocked if he did it, and that would be incredible, dude. Like, think about that coming from Stuart Haas. Just having that one race win at Darlington.
No, he won a Phoenix back in 22 as well.
Oh, did he? Okay,
Yeah, yeah. So
but you know
Pocono
what
was
I
his
mean.
third
Like,
win.
but like before he left, and not like pretty much struggling there, and then coming to JGR, like, dude, this should be an incredible story. Like your first year with the team, like winning a championship. Hey, winning one before Denny Hamlin.
Hey, it's been done before. Kevin Harvick won his championship his first year with Stuart Haas, and Kyle Larson won his championship his first year with Hendrick Motorsports. So it can be done.
Hmm.
So
Wonder if that's a thing.
who knows, man? I mean, we just gotta
Yeah.
wait and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. But staying.
If he gets another win or two under his belt before the playoffs, that would definitely make that more likely.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it just doesn't help that he has Hamlin and Bell as teammates, and those are two of the better drivers in
Right.
the
Two of
field
the top
every
drivers.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
speaking
Ty
of
Gibbs is
which,
pretty good as well.
mm-hmm.
I as much as
he's
he
been
pisses
he's
me off
been
sometimes.
very honestly pretty good this year. I'd
Yeah,
say.
he's been pretty consistent. He gave that one race away, or that's how he felt. I think it was at shit. I can't remember right now, but it was earlier in the season where he felt like he had their race winning car, and his crew chief kind of just told him to, you know, don't push it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Hamlin, I wanted to talk about because he really struggled on Sunday.
Yeah, it was not a good
And
Hamlin.
it wasn't just him because from the onset, I was watching practice and qualifying, and like all the drivers are talking about how loose they were. Like they could not find grip. But Hamlin, man, he was constantly. I mean, he got loose off a turn 4 that one time, and like he was just like he's like there's no grip, there's nothing. And I
Yeah,
was
it
listening to his podcast this morning, just the beginning of it, and I mean, he sounds pretty fed up with this next gen car, man. He's just like everything needs to change, and like I can't really disagree, man. Like this track, what we were seeing, it was like just like when you're in dirty air, it's just like the car can't do anything.
yeah, a lot of well, the problem is Hamlin's in that group of drivers that are well,
They've been around for a long time.
yeah, I mean he's been in the Cup Series for 20 years now, maybe 20 plus.
Yeah.
So, and when the next gen car came around, it was arguably a bigger shakeup than the car of tomorrow, which was a fucking disaster, honestly, in hindsight.
Yeah, that's the one with the wing.
Yeah, that funky
And then
looking wing.
they found that if the car got flipped around, it actually fly like an airplane.
Yeah, it inadvertently made it roll a lot
More
easier.
dangerous.
Yeah, so
It's just like,
yeah,
congrats, you idiots.
and it's like, how many millions of dollars did you spend on that? And not once did you guys ever think, aerodynamic wing is probably not the best idea.
Right.
I don't
Well,
know, but that's the Brian France era of NASCAR though, and that guy was on so many drugs during that time.
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, and so apparently on Sirius XM NASCAR, Alton Sora was asked about the potential power increase, and per him, he thinks a power increase is the right move, but wouldn't happen until 2026 at the earliest. And he said the current challenge is
Yeah,
deciding which tracks would get the short track increase. But dude, I think it's just like I want to read a comment that we had I believe Dom from the Foreign Fuel podcast.
yeah, go check him out.
Great podcast.
Check
Go
him
check
out.
them out. After you guys get done checking us out, go check them out.
Yeah,
He said NASCAR has been way too stubborn about making any changes to the car, and it's only a matter of time before it really blows up in their face. And dude, like,
not wrong.
I can't disagree,
Yeah,
man. Like, they
yeah,
keep sticking with this, and like they're okay with it. And that's the problem is that they think that it's just like they have this problem, and then instead of fixing that problem, they're gonna change something else, thinking that it'll fix it or whatever. Like
yeah,
completely unrelated things, like well, let's go to this track or like let's do this, and like dude,
yeah.
it needs a total revamp, man.
The thing as well is like this has been for the last few years now like the biggest argument between NASCAR and the fan base, which is just like give us more horsepower in the cars. Even drivers have said it. NASCAR goes, "Oh no, we can't be doing that." And it's like, just do it. Try it once, and if it doesn't work, then we'll shut up because we've been proved wrong. But they just won't budge
Yeah,
on it, and then
but
they go and they try
they're
these
again they're
batshit
stubborn.
insane different ideas. Yeah, it's like I don't know. That's like it's like going in for a fucking going into the doctor with a cut on your leg, and the doctor's like, "Well, yeah, I could sew that up, but I think if we amputate your arm, I think that'll fix the problem." Like, no, just fucking address the actual problem. You fucking give us more horsepower. If it doesn't work, cool, whatever. We'll shut up.
Right, then we'll be like, fine, NASCAR, you were right, we were
Yeah,
wrong.
Because
But
well, what are we supposed to say? It wasn't enough horse. Well, actually, you know what? That probably would be the argument. Then they didn't give us enough horsepower, which is like, why don't you just give us an absurd amount of horsepower then? Like, I really don't understand why we can't do that. Like back in the day, the
right.
cars used
And
to
we're
run
not
at
asking
900
for it on
horsepower.
every track, dude. It's just like that these intermediates and like short tracks. It's just like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously on super speedways, like you have to have that restrictor plate. Like,
Well, they don't run restrictor plates anymore, but they have like a speed cap on the cars now. So
right.
I think like
Well,
aerodynamically, unless they're in like the pack, they can't really exceed more than like 200 miles an hour.
right.
But
I don't know, man. I mean, again, and most of this stuff is beyond me. Like, I don't know actually, like the physics of what really needs to be done. But it's just like from what I'm hearing, it's got to be within the whole core of the car. Like, it's not just one thing, you know. And then that's the problem. Like, and like I can deal with NASCAR having the tire issues or whatever. Like, that's whatever, man. Like, we can dick around with tires, but like we have got to stop dicking around with just doing the same thing and expecting it like anything to get better. Like, it's
yeah,
actual insanity.
well, that's the definition of insanity. It's doing the
That's
same
right.
thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know, man. But Carson Hocevar is back in the mentions of, I guess, being a fucking idiot, according to some.
I don't think he did anything wrong, honestly.
To be honest, I don't know what it was, but I
He
found this.
got loose and he bumped into 38 and it took the 38 out. That
Well,
was that was it.
yeah,
And
I
then
want you to listen to this because, and this is from a reporter who was in the pits or whatever after the race. A crew member from the 38 team confronted Hocevar after the race while I was interviewing him. Now he says that he could only make out one thing from the conversation, and that was, "Our car is fucking wrecked because you drive like a fucking retard."
yeah, no, so that wasn't a crew member, that was the crew chief.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it wasn't just a crew member. It was, the crew member.
But yeah,
So
I don't what even I'm honestly like I guess I just didn't go back and look at it, but like so he just
no, it didn't look intentional at all.
well, and I think the 38 team was struggling all and everyone was getting loose and so I mean I could
Yeah,
totally
it
see
was.
that. Like it's misconstrued for what it really is. Is the cars were the cars had no grip, man.
Well, you hear what Hocevar had to say after the crew chief walked away. The interviewer went back to interviewing him.
Oh,
So yeah, so after that incident happened and the 38 got back out on the track, he actually tried to dump Hocevar. Yeah, he tried to right rear him and it didn't work. And then
yikes.
yeah, he tried to be Billy Badass out there and dump me. He wants to be Billy Badass, go for it. And I was like, damn.
That's
I don't know. I mean,
savage, man.
well, I mean that's the problem because he did have that reputation down in trucks for wiping out fuckers if he got pissed off, and
Yeah.
I genuinely believe he's walked a lot of that back. But that reputation sticks with you for honestly your entire career,
Yeah.
unless you're able to become
People don't
just
forget that kind
super
of stuff, man.
successful. Yeah, you know. Well, yeah. I mean, shit. I don't. I haven't forgotten anything that Ty Gibbs did down in Xfinity back in 22. And the guy was a fucking asshole down there. And, I get a bad taste in my mouth when I talk about him. It's really hard for me to compliment him, even though it seems to be slowly maturing, unlike some other drivers who currently race in Xfinity. So
Austin Hill.
Baby Huey Hill. Yeah, I'll say this: at least Ty Gibbs wasn't dumb enough to motherfuck NASCAR after he intentionally dumped somebody.
It was just idiotic, man. I just
What a
well, it's a
fucking
good thing we didn't
moron.
have to see him on Sunday or Saturday rather, because he was suspended. But we did
Got
get
a,
to
yeah, you
see
had a
our very
vacation.
own Wisco boy win, Sam
That's
Mayer.
right. That's right. Dude, the Great Lakes great himself, man. Fucking sick.
That now, if I might be mistaken, but I think that was his first win of the year, wasn't it?
Yes. And that was also Ford's first win in
Yeah, he was
Xfinity that
struggling
year.
this year, man. I do remember them talking about that on the
Yeah.
broadcast.
Yeah. Well, I think Ford's as a whole already. So, like, I think besides Ryan Sieg's team, I think Haas Factory team's the only Ford team in Xfinity besides that. So everybody else either runs Toyota or Chevy.
Oh wow.
So so I mean they're already at a pretty big disadvantage, but they just weren't having. I mean Sam Mayer was doing pretty good. Sheldon Creed was having his moments here and there. I don't think he's taken any second places this year though, which is really weird for a
Yeah.
Silver Surfer himself, Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, let me go to this actually.
But
From the race
no, I
now.
mean he drove his ass off at the end of that race and fucking brought her home. It was sick. I was fucking pumped when I
Yeah.
saw it.
And dude, like Zilich, I'm looking here. It's jogging my memory because I did actually watch this race. I mean, I watched pretty much the last 40 laps or so. Connor Zilich continues to just get top fives. I mean, that's all he does, man. He's dominating. Like really, if you think about it. I mean,
I don't want to jinx him here, but I honestly think he's going to win the Xfinity Series championship.
bro,
Like
I would love
I
that.
think that's actually gonna happen. I had the same feeling with Ty Gibbs back in 22, even though he was pissing me the fuck off with every passing weekend Xfinity race. I was like, I mean, pisses me off, but he's really good. And I'm getting the same vibe with Village, except I don't fucking hate him, and he's at least in front of cameras, not a dildo.
Right. I'm seeing a lot of people too. They're like, man, they should just put Connor in the 88 and then put SVG in the 97, like how it was.
Frankly, I didn't even really understand why they didn't put him in the 97 to begin with. And then I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
back to
was.
when Red Bull was racing, and they ran cars in the 80s. But even then, still, it was like they didn't run the 88 and like when they were around. It was like Dale Jr. was driving that car by the time Red Bull entered Cup. So it was
Yeah,
like, why do you have the 88? Just like put him in the 97, make it right. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. I don't know. I think it's more one of those things where like I think the 97 kind of suits him more. Like
Yeah, yeah.
just the number itself. Like, it's not really like it's not
Well,
a big deal, but
I mean, outside of that being his car number in Xfinity, he raced the 97 down in V8 supercars. So like the 97 to
really,
SVG
I see.
is
I didn't
like
know
the
that.
yeah. The 97 to SVG is like the 9 to Bill Elliott or Chase
Oh,
Elliott now as well, or like the 3 to Dale Earnhardt or 43 to Richard Petty, 24 to Jeff Gordon. I mean, like those numbers just like when you see those numbers, no matter who's driving it, those are the people you're going to think of first
right.
unless you're a longtime NASCAR fan. And so if that's the case, if you see the 97, you might think Kurt Busch because when he won his championship, he did drive the 97 for, I think it was just Roush Racing at the time. I don't know if Fenway entered the picture yet.
Yeah, sure shit. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, 97. And they just had the numbers on the little the quarter window there. Rear quarter.
Yeah, yeah, it was like those. It was a lot like those rally cars where I think they have them in just like square blocks or whatever on the side.
Yeah,
They didn't
dude.
get
I don't
creative with the
know.
numbers.
I just they're probably not going to do that though. I mean, they're probably just going to keep it like I mean, SVG's already established in the cup as 88 and
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? No, they could. Dude,
I mean they
When
could, but I'm
Chase Elliott entered Cup, he didn't drive the 9 car. He was actually driving the 24 car. I believe the 9 was being run by somebody else at the time. I don't remember for certain, but I think it was one of the walk-on teams was racing the 9. So he went and drove the 24. But no, he eventually switched over to the 9 though.
yeah.
So I mean, there's always time to change it. I mean, shit, Dale Earnhardt won his first championship in the number 2 car for Rod Oster, and
Yeah.
he still switched numbers. I think twice actually. He drove the 15 for a hot minute there, and then he went to the 3 car.
Right.
So yeah, there's always
Yeah.
time to change it.
Yeah. I do want to get back to the whole fuel thing, Drew. And this is a question I had is do you think that the broadcast is just wildly inaccurate on the fuel gauge, or are these drivers just that good at saving it? Because, like, you saw all the percentages, how low they were, and I don't think not one person ran out of gas. Like, at least, like, if they had those low percentages, like, you would think at least one of them, especially Byron, where he was at, like, 2%. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't imagine the fuel saving is that much to where, like, he could just coast that way. Like, I mean,
Well,
I don't
so
know, dude. It's just kind of wild to me.
if you remember the last handful of laps of Byron, his I don't know if it was a spotter or his crew chief, but one of them was pretty much just telling him like when to lay off the gas, when to get back into the gas. And with every lap winding down, he coasted just a little bit more. And I think I assume they used some sort of sensor in the fuel tank to like get a
I
read
know they have
on
a
where they
switch
are
too,
fuel wise. Yeah,
and I remember hearing he's like, "All right, blue switch, blue switch."
yeah, I did. Yeah, I know they hit that, but then I also I also don't think it takes into account fuel that might be in the fuel line as well. So like him coasting like that and whatnot probably helped.
Like held it in check,
Yeah,
like
get pretty much yeah. And then I think he just used whatever was left for his burnout.
yeah.
But
I mean, so I
at the
wonder
same
if
time
on
though,
screen, what? So you think what we're seeing on screen is what USA is accounting for? Like that's just in their tank, like what's left in the actual tank, and
yeah,
not really necessarily the fuel lines.
I don't know specifically, but I'd assume that that's how it would be.
It's a good explanation.
Yeah, but I mean, also at the same time though too, we don't know what the fuck the teams are doing to these cars when they're setting them up. I mean, shit. If you look at some of like the helmet cams from the pit crews, like they won't even let you see past the brake rotor, if that, when they take the tire off.
Oh,
You
they
know, so
blur it. Like whenever they
yeah,
post stuff, they blur it. They don't want you to see their brake setup or anything like that.
yeah, you know, so like, I mean, if they're secretive with that, I mean, Lord only knows what they're doing to their cars that can maybe help them squeeze in some more fuel into the car somehow, you know, or
Yeah.
make it last longer or something. I don't know, but I do think though you do have to be a top level driver to pull off something like that. William Byron fits that description perfectly to me. I mean, the guy's pretty fucking good at what he does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, him doing what he did, not I was like super impressed by it, but I wasn't shocked that it was him. You know, if it would have been a guy
If
like
it would have been Priest up
Austin
there or
Dillon,
something.
well, no, I'd say Austin Dillon, if someone like that, you know, a guy who you'd think is probably just going to be a mid packer for their entire career, if they pulled off a win like that, then that'd be like
Like, damn.
groundbreaking
You'd be
for
like,
me. Yeah,
damn.
yeah, I'd be like, holy shit, I can't shit on him. No, it's bad. But you also got to remember too. I mean, Joey Logano last year at Nashville went through how many fucking uh like overtime restarts to get his win, and he supposedly had little to no gas, and then he went and did a big ass burnout. Like, who fucking knows what's going on inside the car? But I do think you have to be a great driver to pull off something like that.
Oh,
Logano and
100%,
Byron are
man.
both, like I said, in
It's
that.
no joke, man.
Oh yeah.
And what else was no joke was that grass at Iowa, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a good grass rating. Remember, good grass is anything above a freaking, I guess, I don't know. I'm making this up right now on the spot. I guess we're going to say a good grass rating is anything above a 6. So I'm going to give Iowa an 8. It could get higher, but it wasn't striped, but it was very green. I couldn't find any data on what kind of grass they have. Apparently, it's not really known.
It's a closely guarded secret. It's like the KFC secret recipe.
Yeah, but
Iowa doesn't want you knowing what to do with their grass.
but I was when I was watching Xfinity, I was like kind of getting mad at Sam Mayer because like he started doing the burn. I'm like, no, not in the nice grass. And like, I'm pretty sure he took like a little chunk out of it. I'm like, you freaking jackass. But
Son of a
no,
bitch. They worked
looks
really hard
great. Looks
planting
great at
that.
Iowa. I just wish the track wasn't racing so bad for these guys. It seemed like they're so loose. But I love the start finish line. By the way, when you talk about that, the corn, that is just so freaking genius, man. It's just so cool.
Oh,
It's
pretty
like
great.
that's like a classic, dude.
Oh my god, yeah. You know, yeah. I always forget how much of a rural state that Iowa is.
Dude, there's
Like,
nothing there, man.
I know it's all just flat lands, but it's mostly compiled of corn.
Literally.
Yeah, it's the
I mean,
only
it's not a
state where
joke. Like people like say it like it's a joke, but it's for real.
Iowa's the one state in the union where you can drive more and see less.
It's like Indiana.
For real, dude. For real.
Gosh, man. Yeah, but I don't know. What do you really? What is your opinion on this track, Drew? Like, do you like coming here? Or I mean, this is only our second time. There's not much data really on it, and it seems like it's different every time now. I mean, I feel like
Well,
this was drastically different than last time.
I mean, I like Iowa. You know, I think it's a solid track. But you know, this is our second year coming here, and I don't think even Xfinity raced in Iowa in the last few years. Maybe they have. I don't. If they did, I didn't. I don't recall watching any of them.
I think they have.
I mean, my biggest thing is that I forgot from last year that this track is quick for being a short track. Like, like,
It's an eighth of a mile.
yeah, and you see. Well, I mean, we're talking about this before we recorded, but Kyle Busch's crash during practice or qualifying. It was one of the two.
Oh yeah,
But
we didn't talk about this yet.
I mean, like when you see that crash, like with how fast it looks like he's
Yeah, it
going,
makes
you
you
don't
think
think
we're
it's
on
on
the
a short track.
intermediate or like a.
Yeah, like you would have thought we were at Kansas or something. the speed he was fucking pulling in that car.
Yeah, it was
And
nasty, man. And I gotta give him
wicked
credit
hit.
too because he has to go in the backup car, and he still ended up finishing 20ish. Anytime that you're, it's kind of hard to do a Ross Chastain where you start last and freaking win the race or even get a top 10 for that matter. But yeah, just RCR again going through it. Another week where we're talking about this crap where Kyle Busch put in a shitty car again.
And Austin Dillon somehow getting all the great cars, it seems, as of late.
I don't get it. Like why? Why? Like it's probably because of his dad, man. I don't know how else to explain it.
I don't know. I guess we can only speculate, but maybe
Bush is
Bush.
washed.
No. KFB is still in there, but it's hard to win a race in a shit car. And I don't think Kyle Busch and RCR are a bad pairing, but I do think that uh, maybe Kyle Busch needs like a new like crew like next season, like something
I was
like
thinking
because
that too, man.
like
Because
I
how many
don't.
times have we seen him get screwed off a pit road, man?
Yeah, for real. It's like yeah, like
He's
I
losing
don't I don't know.
spots.
I don't know. And it sucks seeing a guy like him, like his level of
He's a legend in his
caliber.
own right, really.
No, guaranteed Hall of Fame. This guy's won 200 plus races throughout the three divisions. So like
I mean, the Cup
is
champion.
this guy is going to fucking be a Hall of Famer, and it really blows seeing him,
It hurts,
not be
honestly.
in a
I hate seeing
position
it.
to perform to the fullest extent. Yeah, it's a lot like watching Jimmy Johnson race. These last few years since he retired. He comes on
Right,
the
like
track
coming
and
in these races, like just
like
freaking last.
well, if it's not that, he gets involved up in a wreck in the middle or tail end of the pack, and it takes him out right away. And it's like when you watch him drive, it's hard to believe the guy's a seven-time champion, let alone a champion that won 5
Right.
championships in a row. Like you just don't,
Yeah, and you try to be like understanding because it's like, okay, well, like he
he's
hasn't
not
had
there.
a whole lot
Yeah,
of time in this car, but like still, like
and
you
he's
think
also
like
not there to be
he's a
competitive
seven-time
as
champion.
well. Yeah, it's like you don't want to see that. Like Bobby
No.
Labonte, like when he left Joe Gibbs. Granted, his last couple of years with Joe Gibbs weren't that great. He went to the 43 car for 5 plus years, I think, and like that car's underperformed. And if you would have told like a new fan that Bobby Labonte was one of the more dominant drivers in the early 2000s and the late 90s, let alone beating Dale Earnhardt in 2000 for the championship, you wouldn't fucking believe it. It's crazy
Yeah.
to think in 10 years' time you can go from being like one of the best on the track every week to being mid pack, if that.
Yeah.
So it really blows seeing it happen to drivers like that. It really sucks seeing Kyle Busch not being in equipment that's good week in and week out.
Yep. Yep. Drew, we have 3 more playoff spots available for winners. So, not going to bode well for Keselowski if we get a new winner.
Well, luckily we have a road course coming up, so I think we know who's probably going to be in contention for that win. So we might not have a new win.
Unless Sticker Boy does it again.
Well, I was going to say Sticker Boy is the guy that beat SVG last year.
Yeah.
So it can happen.
Yeah. And Priest has been pretty decent on road courses this year. I don't. He's not going to beat SVG, but even if he could,
Never say
even if
never.
he could get like a far superior finish than Busher, and Busher doesn't get really any stage wins or like good stage finishes. I don't know, man.
Well, if you would have told me 2 years ago that SVG would lose Watkins Glen to Chris Buescher this past year,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have really believed you because, like, I knew Chris Buescher was a great driver, but he was never a guy that I really saw on road courses doing phenomenal.
Right.
So
And
and
let's be real,
him,
he did take advantage of a huge mistake that SVG made in that race.
yeah, not only a huge mistake, but a rare mistake as well. That
Yeah,
guy's
because he was
pretty
trying to
dialed in.
anticipate SVG. I remember he's like, I anticipated him doing this, so I did this, and I should have just kept racing how I was.
Yeah. But that was just a life lesson from him, and now he's only better. So if someone can beat him at the last possible moment again, that's really gonna just
Yeah.
make him look really good.
Revenge race for SVG.
SVG. Oh man, dude, he's going to the Glen with a chip on his cock, dude. Fucking he.
Man, just to think, he could tie Hamlin with wins on Sunday.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and all the people pissed off the playoff format are really gonna love that.
Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna hear the end of that shit. But yeah, guys, make sure again, before we go into the next segment of the show, make sure you follow us on X at NASholespod, on TikTok at NASholes.podcast. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify. Give us that 5-star review and notification bells on for YouTube and Spotify, so you always know when we release an episode. Drew, we I guess should probably get to our favorite paint schemes from Iowa.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull it up, or do you got it?
It looks like my page is good now, so I'll pull it up for us.
All right.
No. All right. So we'll start with mine. Chose that number one Busch Light car. I love the unique Busch Light paint schemes, and like this one's pretty suited for Iowa, despite it having mountains in the background.
It's got the corn on there though.
Yeah,
I think
it's very corny, very very corny. So yeah, I think it's it's one of the better Busch Light paint schemes. Not the best, but
no, definitely not.
But it is pretty solid. Now, remind me, Ben. Were you going with the 21?
The number 12.
Number 12? Okay, wasn't sure if it was gonna be. Yeah, that Wabash scheme is always sick.
Yeah, man. I think the picture doesn't do it justice. I think the fading blues that that it has when you see it on television, and it's super cool, man. And I've always liked this car really, and definitely the Menards 21 was a honorable mention. I think that was just beautiful, beautifully done.
Showed it momentarily.
Let's go to that one. That's my honor.
I'm in the same boat as you. That's also my honorable mention. Had it not been for that one car, this probably would have been pick, honestly. Because it follows the KISS method.
I'm surprised we didn't. I'm surprised the 21 didn't have Menards on board for a while ago. Or did they? I think as like a minor sponsor.
No, because Menards is tied right now with Stendrick and Blaney, but I do think after Barry won his race in Vegas earlier this year, I think some of the other Penske affiliate sponsors probably were, like, oh hey, this guy's actually really good. We could probably, put him. We could probably put ourselves in the car. Usually, I mean, it's usually the Ford Performance car, which I don't think is a generic sponsor, but I don't know exactly how.
Yeah, what I like about this car is on the top of the car, the 21, the outline of green. I think that looks perfect, man.
I kind of
didn't notice it till I was looking at it right now.
Honestly, I really think if they kept the gold coloring on that 21.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it would have been. I think
that would have probably won it for me. That would have been my pick, like straight up.
Oh,
yeah, man.
But anyways, enough with favorite paints.
All right. Well, do we have any other news and notes before we go into the dreaded picks and standings that Drew does just not want to even talk about this, but we have to. It's part of the show.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Caden Honeycutt got cut from Nice Motorsports.
Honeycutt was cut.
Yeah, they cut the Honeycutt bastards. Yeah, because I guess he signed with a new team in OEM for next year.
Okay, yeah.
Honeycutt to Ram? Who knows?
Hey, I don't put that out of the realm of possibility.
But I know this weekend, I believe this weekend, if not this upcoming weekend, that the next race in trucks, he's gonna start filming the 52 for Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. I hope he's recovering well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a gnarly ass wreck, man. I really don't wanna see him in the hospital for terribly long. Been there, done that. It's not fun. So you do get pretty nurses to give you sponge baths. That rules. But it's like 1 against 100. Yeah, it's like the one good thing out of 100 shit things.
So you just have to enjoy it. Stay longer. Wash me
longer. For it. Oh, you're so beautiful. It's been years since I felt a woman's touch.
All right. Well, Drew, unfortunately, another pretty not ideal. You picked Josh Berry. Well, he didn't have a bad finish, but again, you need me to have a bad finish, and I didn't. I picked Ryan Preece. So I get 33 points. You get 25. I am now up 624 to 541, which means I have an 83-point lead. And we only have what? How many more races do we have left? 3. Do we have like? Wait, I got.
Something like that. I think.
Anyways, I mean that doesn't really matter. Going to Watkins Glen, brother. My favorite road course. To be honest, man, I'm just gonna let you pick again because it. I mean, dude, come on, like 83. Like we got to just make this more competitive, man.
Yeah, no, I'm picking
We're
SVG
throwing the
straight up.
competitive caution.
Yeah, I'm picking Shane Van Gisbergen. He's yeah, that's my pick. It's fucking.
Hey, I don't blame you, brother. I'm gonna go with.
I need all the points I can get.
I am gonna go with. I gotta think about this one for a second. You know what, dude? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with Tyler Reddick.
Huh? Yeah, hopefully he'll have a good weekend though. Or no, I hope he has a shit weekend and he crashes on lap 1.
He's been better on the road courses, but yeah, I mean, I was kind of in between. I mean, I would take Priest, but I mean, I don't think he just quite has the edge.
Watch him get his win this weekend.
Hey, I'd be elated just for
I would be too.
fact that like I love Priest, man. I really do. But yeah, that's all I got, man. We covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything else. You know, probably wrap this dumpster fire up.
Well, guys, again, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all social media. Again, on X at NASholespod, on TikTok at NASholes.podcast. And yeah, we will see you guys after Watkins Glen, and we'll see if Drew can cut this gap.
I hope I can. I hope I can.
Save him, SP.